you. All right. Okay. I wanted to introduce myself, but I think Sahil already did, so I'm not going to bore you with all those stuff. So skipping to this. So first thing, why we need app login? Okay, so I took these two main use cases. So the first thing is access control, right? So when you have an application which is secured and you want to that which you can't expose to everybody, but the limited set of people, you need to have sort of access control level in that application, right? Let's take an HR application. So HR application, you can't allow anybody, like everybody to log in, right? So you need to make sure that only the required people or the people who have authorized, it's supposed to log into that application. So there, what we can do is, so once we allow them to identify themselves and log into the application, then you have to think about the authorization level. Because like in admin application, you have there will be people who has different level of authorization. Like some senior managers will have their level of operations and the junior level of managers will have their level of operation. So you can't allow everybody who logs into the application to just do like mess around with all the operations. So you need to control the access as well as the authorization level of the features that you are going to provide it with that application. So it's pretty straightforward. So the next thing I took is the personalization. So someone can say not all the applications required in login, right? For an example, if we take a cricket information application, you just show some scores and highlights and things like that. Of course, you don't need an login for that particular application, right? But imagine now, every day there will be one or more application comes into online that will compete to the products that you will do. So what happens is eventually we need to think about the user experience stuff. So, and then what happens is in order for you to cater a better user experience with your application, you need to personalize the content for that particular user that the user will have based on their likes and dislikes, they will have a better experience. So one thing we can do is, of course, as we are React developers who's working on front end, we can utilize our local storage or session storage in the browser and save some metadata and get this thing done, right? But imagine now this same user logs in with a different device, and you need to sync the whatever the meta information that you used to personalize the content for that particular user in the other device as well. So in that case, you need to store this in a backend or a separate different system in order for you to get back the same metadata and provide them the same experience when they log in from a different device. So in order to do that, again, you need to identify the user. Now you need a login to do that because then only you can sync the data in order to personalize. So, like I said, even if we think by start it's not required a login for that particular application, but eventually going forward, you might end up having a login in order to give a better user experience or do personalization related stuff. So of course, this is like two main things I took it as highlights, but there are more other things like analytics, monetization, data integrity, things like that, which you require more and more going forward with your whatever the application that you develop. Okay, so I took this image basically to ask what is an app login. In simple terms, people looking at this as, okay, it's just, simple username, password, credential, login you required, or maybe just a social login you just need to integrate to your application, and that's all. But actually, when you start, maybe you will start implementing that part, and going forward, you will find out that there are more things you need to consider in order for you to have a proper authentication system for your application. So for an example, you will end up, like I said, also social login and stuff, but then again, You have to think about the password reset stuff, user registration, and how to make your authentication more stronger using multi-factor authentication. And of course, when your application goes into maybe a globalized level, then you have to think about the compliance stuff and things like that. So basically, I mean, you might think, okay, implementing app login is a very small part of a regular application, but ultimately you will end up like developing or maybe investing on the app login part, same as you investing on your app business logic part. Yeah, so I took this quote from the internet. So it is by Carl Sandburg. So Carl Sandburg is an American journalist who actually wrote about Abraham Lincoln's biology and several other readings. So, so this simple quote, it says like, time is the coin of your life, right? And it is the only coin you have, and only you can determine how it will be spent. So, I mean, when we are developing something and when we are investing on something, it's all about time. And we need to think what, I mean, the ROI of the investment you do, like for an example, you invest on something on the business side, it is always, that is the end goal that you want to give to your customers or the users that you are going to, you are developing that application for. But imagine, apart from that, you have to invest on the application login stuff as well, which is a common thing for many of the application, and you don't have to reinvent anything and or redevelop anything there. So think wisely when you are developing an application, as we are React developers, for the things that you invest, is it actually worth investing on that and what you need to actually focus on. So this is from Ascadio. So basically what we wanted to say is, why die when you can fly, right? So basically, I mean, when we develop an application, the main goal is for us to like make it publicly available as soon as possible. So if you can boost up your GTM or like the go-to-market strategy of your application, that is the ideal thing, and that is what we need. We don't want to like spend like maybe years and years developing the application with all the components and delay your application to go to market. So we from the Ascadio team developed this Ascadio React Auth SDK to help out with this. And of course, the Ascadio product is there, which is an identity and access management solution, which provide not just authentication, like I mentioned in the iceberg image. All the components are there and much more. It's just like few things I picked up just to like show what are the additional things that you have to think of when we developing an IAM solution or an identity and access management solution. So let's talk about the React Auth SDK that we develop. Why we say to use this. So one thing is this React Auth SDK doesn't have any vendor locks, and it's completely open source. And it is built on top of the OpenID Connect standard protocol, which means you can bring your own identity provider. It doesn't mean that since you use Ascadio React Auth SDK that you need to stick with Ascadio product. It's not that. You can bring, if you have any other vendors, you can just configure it and use it with your application. It just, you need to make sure that you like get rid of all this OpenID Connect protocol implementation part through the SDK. And of course, it is secured by design, so which has an inbuilt secure storage mechanism that we have done it to prevent XSS attacks. I mean, one of the challenges we have is how to protect the access token when we deal with OpenID Connect. So what we have done is using WebWorker, we have implemented solution within the SDK itself to protect the access token and, I mean, prevent from the XSS attacks. Then, of course, it supports all the React latest versions. As we also using the same SDK, we are not just asking everybody to use it because all our application we are using React SDK. So we are making sure that it is up to the date, and also it covers all the security stuff much as possible. And yeah, the other point, like I said, since we have developed this proxy within the SDK itself, which is running on client side, it's not necessary for you to have a BFF or a backend for front end, just to save the access token, right? Of course, if you have other requirement, you might have to have a backend to run on the services, etc. But if you have a simple application, just need a login, you don't have to worry about at all. You just simply use the SDK and it will cover up whatever the requirement you want there. And yeah, so it also has out-of-the-box features like sign in, sign out, and state management stuff. And also it provides all the authentication hooks for for you to utilize all the operations. And of course, it has the extensibility where you can have you can bring in any identity provider or configure all the operations which is there. Like I said, so to simplify, so SDK configuration is simple as this. You just need to install it through NPM and just import the auth provider and wrap your application, and that's all. You just need to then go to the identity provider, your preferred identity provider, and register your application and configure, just pass the configuration to the SDK, and just manage all your login flows, like the user registration stuff, your users, the authorization things, whether you have organization structures like B2B, B2C, anything, everything you can just do at the identity access management solution, and without worrying about implementing any of those. Oh yeah, so that's all you need. So it's very simple. So the takeaway I wanted to give you is just make sure, with my experience I'm telling, to being in the industry for so long, don't just waste your time. I know we as developers, we love to code, but when you go into an industry to sell your application, you can't just waste your time on just investing on investing on stuff that's not actually gain anything for your whatever the business. So be smart on that, and whatever the stuff you can delegate, if there are tools and utilities out there, just utilize it and move forward with your application and boost up your application's GTM strategy. Yeah, so okay, stop, gone. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so if you want to learn more about this, how to integrate the SDK as well as configuring identity provider and all. So we'll be be joining this workshop, and anybody who likes can come and join with us. It will be 3-hour session maybe. Yeah, so that one, this is in Bangalore, and also we will be going to Delhi as well. If someone is from Delhi, want to join there. So this is by JS Lovers, so we'll be there as well. Yeah, of course, I know a lot of people who visited us today at this booth. So if you still want to have a chat with us and want to learn more, we'll be there. We love to have a chat with everybody and maybe talk about what we can do, or maybe help the React community more with whatever the products and supporting we are giving here. All right, so that's all. Thank you very much.